Welcome to the Dirty Dozen Fantasy Football League. My name is Sam, and I'll be your commissioner for the season. As your commissioner, I wanted all teams to be made aware of the roster summary and the scoring breakdown for the entire season. Some of you may be used to an ESPN defensive standard team play, but in Dirty Dozen, we play an IDP league, which in essence means that the focus is not just on offense, but every player on the team can be represented in play. This requires a higher knowledge of football in order to survive and succeed in this league. The scoring breakdown is relatively standard, with a few notable changes. As in most ESPN standard leagues, passing touchdowns are 4 points, and there are bonuses for accumulating 300 and 400 plus yard games. Because this is a PPR league, in addition to 6-point touchdowns, each reception would count as 1 point, and 1 point for every 10 receiving yards. And here are the scoring breakdowns for defensive players. Each stat and scoring system is reflected on the difficulty of achieving that stat. Sacks are 7 points, and interceptions are 10. Both these scoring systems are higher than touchdowns because they are less frequent. I would become accustomed to the scoring breakdown for defensive players so you can take advantage of each of the players and what they have to offer. Another note would be a regular season setup. Two things to keep in mind will be matchup tiebreakers, which will be determined by bench points, and home field advantage, where a home team will receive 2 points prior to the start of the game. And lastly, here are the 2014 point projections for a league. As in other standard leagues, Peyton Manning and Aaron Rodgers head up the list, but after the second rank, things are notably different. As you will see, there are a mix of wide receivers, running backs, and defensive players that even top the top 10 list. In this league, it goes to show that there are some key defensive players that may be just as, or if more important, than some offensive players. In football, more often than not, we know that defense wins games. In our IDP league, no longer are defensive players forgotten, but they can play a key role in you potentially winning the fantasy championship. Welcome to the Dirty Dozen Fantasy Football League, and good luck in tonight's draft.